This fish truly lives up to its name, because Anoplogaster cornuta, the Fangtooth, possesses fangs larger than any other bone in its body, and although it measures only about 15 to 18 centimeters, these oversized teeth make it appear like a massive predator living between 500 and 5,000 meters deep, where complete darkness and immense pressure dominate. Its compact, muscular body is built to withstand the crushing forces of the deep sea, and this sturdy shape shows how perfectly it is adapted to a world where light, warmth, and food are almost non-existent, and every creature must fight for energy. Its fangs are so long that they must slide into special pockets in the skull when the mouth closes, and this extraordinary anatomical feature proves how radically evolution has optimized it for lightning-fast attack. It inhabits regions where temperatures hover just above freezing, slowing the metabolism of many animals. Yet the Fangtooth has learned to survive with minimal energy and moves only when a rare prey item comes close enough to stray. Cool. Its eyes are small and sensitive because vision is nearly useless in the deep sea, so it relies on pressure changes and water movements detected through its lateral line, allowing it to sense even the slightest disturbances caused by passing prey. In some areas, it was discovered only when deep-sea fishing gear accidentally brought a specimen to the surface. And these rare encounters reveal how isolated its world is and how little humans truly know about the actual number of these animals, which is likely far greater than us. Its dark, almost leathery skin makes it nearly invisible in the dim light of the deep ocean, and this camouflage allows it to approach prey slowly without being detected before delivering a sudden, powerful bite. In the end, the Fangtooth proves that even small creatures can be formidable predators, because its massive fangs, extreme adaptations, and ability to survive in complete darkness make it one of the most fascinating inhabitants of the hidden ocean depths. Anoplogaster cornuta, the Fangtooth, lives in a deep-sea world almost unreachable for humans, because its preferred regions lie far below the limits of normal research, and this isolated environment has shaped it into an animal that moves silently through a darkness where only very few species can survive. 1. In these depths, the pressure is deadly for most creatures, yet the Fangtooth has an extremely compact body that adapts to the immense forces of the water, allowing it to live in regions completely unsuitable for modern fish. Its movement is slow and controlled, conserving every bit of energy essential for survival in the deep sea, and it glides through the water with short, powerful motions while its fangs remain ready to strike instantly whenever rare prey passes by. Why? It often lives near underwater mountains and steep slopes, where currents gather and carry food downward from higher layers, and these natural deep-sea highways allow it to find prey without traveling long distance. Its eyes are small and sensitive because vision is nearly useless in the deep sea, so it relies on pressure changes and water movements detected through its lateral line, enabling it to perceive even the slightest shifts in its surrounding. Researchers believe the Fangtooth often rests in rocky crevices and protected niches, which offer safety from larger deep-sea predators and allow it to ambush prey, perfectly matching its slow but precise hunting stride. Its ability to survive in extreme environments shows that it is a remnant of a time when the oceans looked completely different, and this capacity to remain almost unchanged for millions of years makes it one of the most extraordinary creatures the deep sea has ever produced. In the end, the Fangtooth stands as a silent witness of the hidden ocean world, whose habitat, behavior, and ancient appearance tell a story far older than most modern marine species. Anoplogaster cornuta, the Fangtooth, has one of the most unusual reproductive strategies in the deep sea because it gives birth to live young, with embryos developing inside the female for an exceptionally long period while feeding on yolk reserves, resulting in extremely slow growth that offers a major advantage in the cold, dark depths. Researchers believe the gestation period may last many months to over a year, making it one of the slowest reproducing deep-sea fish. And this slow pace explains why sightings of juveniles are so rare and why each birth represents a significant event in the hidden world of the ocean. The newborns are fully developed at birth, possessing the characteristic oversized fangs and compact body shape. And this complete anatomy allows them to survive immediately in the darkness without protection from the mother, who returns to deeper waters after giving birth. H. It is especially fascinating that the young already display the same hunting instincts as adults, moving slowly, gliding through the water and using the darkness to ambush small crustaceans or fish, showing how perfectly this species is adapted to life in the deep sea from the very beginning. Ing. Because the Fangtooth is so rarely observed, little is known about its mating behavior, but scientists assume it occurs in great depths where individuals meet only occasionally, and these rare encounters may explain why the species has remained stable for millions of years without major behavioral change. Yes, its low reproductive rate makes it highly vulnerable to changes in the ocean, because any disturbance in its habitat can reduce juvenile survival, and this sensitivity is one reason the Fangtooth is considered one of the most fragile deep-sea species despite its fierce appear. Ants. The few documented juveniles appear to live in slightly shallower depths than adults, likely because food is more abundant there, and this early phase may be crucial for determining whether they can later withstand extreme conditions of the deep. PC. In the end, the Fangtooth is not only a mysterious deep-sea creature, but a species whose reproduction, development, and survival strategy offer a rare glimpse into ancient evolutionary mechanisms that continue to operate in the darkest regions of the ocean. This fish truly lives up to its name, because Anoplogaster cornuta appears like an ancient deep-sea predator despite its small size, and this striking appearance leads us into the regions where it prefers to live, areas so isolated that even modern research technology rarely manages to capture a glimpse of this extraordinary creature. In the deep zones of the Atlantic and Pacific, the Fangtooth inhabits steep continental slopes where darkness becomes so dense that even bioluminescent animals produce only faint glows. And this environment offers ideal conditions for silent movement and sudden ambushes. Its distribution is surprisingly wide, yet individuals live so scattered that encounters remain rare even for scientists. And this combination of broad range and low visibility makes it one of the most mysterious inhabitants of the deep sea. In some areas, it was discovered only when deep-sea fishing gear unintentionally brought a specimen to the surface. And these rare moments reveal how isolated its world is and how little humans truly know about the actual number of these animals, which is likely far greater than Assam. It is especially notable that the Fangtooth has almost no natural predators, because in extreme depths where it lives, only very few creatures are large enough to threaten it. And this safety has allowed the species to persist for millions of years without major evolutionary change. Yes, despite its apparent isolation, it is vulnerable to human influence because deep-sea fishing, noise, and changes in ocean currents can disrupt its habitat, showing how fragile even those species are that live in regions seemingly beyond human are. When a Fangtooth does reach the surface, it often appears exhausted and disoriented, because its body is perfectly adapted to the immense pressure of the deep sea, and the sudden change in environment highlights how extreme conditions are under which it normally serves. Vives. In the end, the Fangtooth stands as a symbol of the hidden world of the oceans, whose secrets remain largely unexplored and whose inhabitants carry stories older than most modern marine species. When you look at the Fangtooth in its full form, you realize that despite its small size, it is one of the most impressive predators of the deep sea, because its oversized fangs, slow, controlled movements, and ancient body shape reveal how perfectly it is adapted to a world that remains uninhabitable for most life forms. It is especially fascinating that this fish has remained almost unchanged for millions of years, because its anatomy is so specialized that even small alterations would reduce its ability to survive, making a living fossil carrying the history of the oceans within its body. In rare moments when a Fangtooth reaches the surface, it appears out of place and disoriented, because its body is designed for the immense pressure of the deep sea, and these encounters show how distant this world is from ours and how little we truly know about the hidden regions of the ocean. S. Its dark skin, strong musculature, and oversized teeth give it a look reminiscent of long-lost eras. And this primitive form makes it one of the most fascinating creatures the deep ocean has ever prodded. And anyone who studies this animal quickly realizes that its significance goes far beyond its appearance, because it demonstrates how diverse and complex ocean life is, and how many species exist that we barely understand or even K. Now, the Fangtooth is a quiet reminder that even small creatures play an enormous role in the balance of the oceans, because its hunting, reproduction, and adaptations influence entire food chains that would function differently with Ho. At the end of this film, I want to sincerely thank you for exploring the mysterious world of the Fangtooth, because your time and attention support the creation of new nature documentaries and help bring the hidden regions of our oceans closer to all six. Viewers, if you enjoyed this film, I truly appreciate your subscription and the like, as your support makes it possible to continue producing new projects for my channel Zeitgeschichte Erde, and most importantly, it helps ensure that rare species like this one remain visible, so their place in nature is not forgotten